After completion of this video, you'll be able to read and interpret an Asset Information Requirements document, describe the different types of information in an AIR, explain what information is required to be added to a project, and explain who is responsible for adding information to a project. The Asset Information Requirements, or AIR, outlines the information needed for managing and maintaining a building or asset through its life cycle. It ensures that all the necessary information is created, structured, and delivered in a way that supports efficient operation and facilities management. And to understand why the information is structured in the way that it is, you need to understand why it is being collected. The information is added to the project model so that it can be shared with the client or end building user to aid them in running and maintaining their building. They may need to find information such as service requirements, history of service, or warranty information. Their computer-aided facilities management system needs to know what information is being shared and the format or the order of the information so that it can store it accordingly. Categories of asset information assigned to the elements in the model allow the computer-aided facilities management system to store the information for easy retrieval. For example, by telling the system the element is a boiler or a door or an air conditioning unit. The AIR specifies the information the team require, as well as the classification system that will be used. A classification system is like a dictionary. It helps to organise so information can be found easily. Different people may call the same wall construction different things, and instead of words and meanings, classification systems sort things into categories using codes that everyone can understand and use them in the same way. For example, UniClass 2015 is a classification system for construction. It organises everything needed to design, build, and manage buildings and infrastructure. And some of the tables include entities, elements, products, and systems. The entities table describes the entire house model, and it also defines the use of the building, such as a residential building or an education building. The elements table describes the model elements, walls, floors, roofs, and so on. And this code is what tells the facilities management system the element is a boiler or other element. The products table describes products that you can purchase, like clay bricks, copper pipes, window hinges, and even gas-fired boilers. As you would expect, this table is very large, and it contains everything that you can purchase for a building. The systems table describes groups of products, such as heating systems or timber-framed wall systems. The wall, for example, could include timber dry lining frames, as well as plasterboard panels. UniClass also contains codes for people's roles, like architects, engineers, and builders, and this allows the system to store contact details and easily categorise the people by their UniClass code. To organise the information collected in this project so that it can be shared with the facilities management and other systems, the AIR specifies COBE, or Construction Operations Building Information Exchange format. And COBE structures the data export in a way that systems such as the client's facilities management system can read it. It knows what order the information is in. For example, if you were asked to supply your own name and date of birth, you would need to know the order and the format so that you could supply it, so the person using it in their database or their system could import it. Is your given name first or your family name first? Is the date in order of month, day, year, or day, month, year? In simple terms, the information provided needs to match the system so that it imports and orders it correctly. So the client can then put the boiler information in the boiler section, and the information relating to that is stored appropriately. This makes searching for the information much easier and much more efficient, instead of having to search through thousands of elements for information when looking for a specific item. The AIR is structured to communicate what information is needed to be defined, what classification system is used, and in this example, UniClass 2015, how that information is stored and exchanged, categories of equipment that needs maintained, such as boilers or doors, what variables exist, such as asset tags, QR codes, and serial numbers, who or what roles should assign the data, and the time frequency of data collection. Together, this data makes up the necessary operational and maintenance information for the project, and this information has always been required during construction projects. However, the AIR standardises it, so all teams working on the project assign the same information in the same way, helping the teams work collaboratively as with the rest of the BIM project. And it is digital information, making it easier to use and search through than hard copies of drawings and operation manuals.